Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Your Pretty Pennies with Tara Jones. I'm Tara Jones, your financial success coach and lifestyle designer, and I'm here to help you use your income to create the lifestyle you desire and also to slay your financial goals. So this morning, for the last 30 minutes, I was sitting in my office debating on which topic I'm going to talk about today for the Financial Level Up series, because I've been going back and forth between talking about debt repayment and talking about credit repair, because those are the next two topics up on my list, right? And so I wanted to take a moment and take today to talk about the difference between being in debt versus leveraging lines of credit, because as we walk into this Financial Level Up series, new ways to think about money, to leverage money, to use money, and to use streams of income and credit sources to create the lifestyle we desire, I want us to get into the mindset of wealth builders, right? And so I want us to think about debt, think about credit in different ways than what we have. So, like I said, I was going back and forth which topic should I talk about first? Because for some people, they're contradictory. On one hand, it's like, become debt free. And then the other hand, it's like, oh, but you're telling me to have lines of credit. To me, there's a difference between being debt free, completely debt free. That's one thing. And then there's another thing to be in debt for a purpose of leveraging the line of credit that you have out, right? So, for example, if you are in debt and you have an auto loan, student loans, credit cards, a mortgage, and a personal loan, right? And you have one or two streams of income, most of your money is going to be tied up in minimum payments on those loans and lines of credit, credit cards, this, that, and the other, minimum payments here, there. Plus you got your monthly bills, and you have your kids or yourself, you have food, groceries, gas in the car, things like that. And heaven forbid you try to put some money in savings, right? You feel like your paycheck or the amount that you get paid from your business is cut so thin because you have so many things, so many expenses to pay out. To me, that is being just drowning in debt, right? That is a situation where you're drowning in debt. However, if you start to pay off the debt that is in your name that does not make you money or have the potential to make you money, that's not something you can leverage. A car you cannot leverage, a personal loan you cannot leverage, those type of things you cannot leverage. Credit cards, you're always going to come out owing more money than you'll make money on there. With the mortgage, you can go in, let's say you get a $2,000 home, you have $100,000 in equity in a couple of years, and you move from one home to the other, you just made $100,000, right? That you could potentially make money on, right? Business loans, business line of credit, that you can potentially make money on, right? If you have those type of debts in your portfolio, your credit portfolio, that is a whole different conversation than you have a ton of debt that has no ability to advance your financial situation, right? So as we go forward next week and start talking about credit and debt, I'm going to spend a whole week on that to kind of unpack this. Keep in mind that credit is not a bad thing. Being in debt is not a bad thing if the amount of money that you owe is substantially less than the amount of money you make, and you are a great money manager. If you are a great money manager and you have a great income compared to the amount of debt that's in your name, you're good. And the debt is leverageable, which means it makes you money. That's the ideal spot to be in if you want to play around in the credit world, right? There are some individuals who go by the school of thought of being debt free, have a zero credit score, things like that. That's great too. If you're going to do everything on a cash system, that's perfectly fine. Both of them, the beautiful thing about life is there's more than one pathway to get to success. And everybody's idea of success is different. For me, when I became debt free years ago, was because I wanted to get into a place where all of my money was not going out every time it came in. And now I'm in a place where I have a couple of credit cards that I use one every month. So one of them only gets used a month. And so in turn, I use them every other month. And I only get one gas fill up on them, $40 a month, pay it off immediately before I pull off from the gas station, so I do not carry a balance. That's just to keep it open. And that's just showing the credit bureaus like, okay, she knows how to make proper payments. That's showing lenders and future creditors, like if I get a mortgage or if I get a business owner, I need business capital, right? That's showing them that I know how to manage debt, because what a credit score is showing you how to manage debt. Now, there's some people who do not want to work on debt at all, who do not want to work and owe anybody anything, nothing in their name. That's fine too. But once you start closing out everything, paying everything off, closing everything out, you're going to go down to a 0 credit score, which is completely fine. But later in life, if you want to start leveraging debt and leveraging credit, it's going to be hard for you because there's no way to track how well you manage debt, right? So your monthly budget, your debit and your checking account, that shows how well you manage money. Your credit report and your credit score shows how you manage debt, right? And you can do either one you want, right? There's a school of thought saying don't use credit ever. Credit is bad, debt is bad, yada, 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 don't use it. And then there's my school of thought where only use certain types that will advance your financial strategy, right? And that's a mortgage, that's business loans. That is not, it's credit cards for a financial tool, not to put money on, not to put clothes on, not to buy the latest shoes, not to buy a new computer with, not to buy furniture with, right? No personal loans, no auto loans, save up for cash, because cars are depreciating assets. Until you have an income that's great enough to handle a moderately expensive item minimum payment on your list, because let's be honest, getting a car in 2019, you're looking to spend anywhere between $200 to $300 to $400 a month. If your income is in a way where that's like less than 5% to 10% of your income, this conversation is not for you. But if your auto loan payment each month is like 30, 40, 50% of your income, that's not okay. What can you be doing with that money? What opportunities could you be seizing? How much could you be advancing in your career, in your business, in your life, in your finances? How many different ways could you be reinvesting that money, creating your money machine like we talked about yesterday, reinvesting in your business, savings, investing, paying off debt? How many more things could you be doing than with all these payments going out towards debt, right? So that's why I wanted to jump on here and talk about the difference between being in debt and leveraging lines of credit. Because leveraging lines of credit, you are technically still in debt, but you are moving in a way where the amount of debt that's in your name is so substantially low that it causes you no financial harm. It has the potential to cause you no financial harm. You got money in the bank, you're using 1 or 2 credit cards appropriately only as a financial tool, not an extension of your purchasing power. So you don't look at it like, oh, I got money because I have a balance on my credit card, or I have some money left on my credit card to use. That's not how you look at credit cards. You look at credit cards like, I'm only using this to extend the history of my credit and to show that I'm good at managing credit and managing debt, because I want to start leveraging credit lines in the future, right? That's a whole different way of thinking than, oh, I don't have the money in the bank right now. I don't have enough money. I didn't get paid enough this week, so I need to put some money on my card. Totally different way of thinking. That's being in debt. That is a debt mindset, operating, living on debt. When you are leveraging lines of credit, you are living on your income and then taking an advantage of appreciating assets and being able to use credit to get further faster. All right. So I want you to think about this. as we go into next week, because next week we're going to be talking about credit versus debt, a great credit strategy, credit rebuilding strategy, things to leverage when it comes to your credit and your name, and then also things that you need to get out of debt from, right? Certain things to never go in debt for, certain things that are, advantageous to go in debt for if you have the mindset for it, and also the income for it, and the money management skill for it. Remember, this is the financial level up series. It's 2019. It's time to go to the next level. It's time to start getting these principles. It's time to start regaining our financial power and stepping into that. No more are we so hung up on the fact that, oh my goodness, I can't believe I took out this much in student loans. Nobody told me. They encouraged me to go to school and get all of this debt. Like, no more victim mentality. The damage is already done. We already got the credit cards. We already got the student loans. We already got the auto loan. We already got personal loans, cash advance, medical bills, whatever it is that's in your name. Damage is already done. It's time to start cleaning it up. And that's going to be the whole focus of next week. Cleaning up our credit scores, cleaning up our credit reports, cleaning up the debt, the frivolous debt that we've had in the past, creating a financial plan to pay off massive amounts of debt, and then go forward with a clean slate, with an amazing credit score, and start leveraging debt so we can start take advantage of lower interest rates on the things that we need, like insurances, things like that, and also real estate, right? It's time to start getting money. It's time to start getting land. It's time to start getting things that we were created and designed to take dominion over. No longer are we victims. We are blessers. We are victors, right? And so I want to get you in that mindset. This is a video to tell you to go back to the last couple of weeks, since the beginning of the financial level up series that started in March. Rewatch the videos. Those are the basics of finance. It's time for y'all to get those down. Repetition is the mother of all learning. Listen to everything over again. Take notes, write it down, create a plan for all of those things. And as we step into next week, it's going to get a little bit higher in level, in financial level, and financial behavior and discipline. All right. I believe in you. Drop me a comment. Let me know that you're ready for next week. Hey, Monica, she said, I'm ready. I'm ready for next week. I'm ready to go up a level. I'm ready to get out of debt. I'm ready to leverage credit. I'm ready to start investing in real estate and doing other things that I have been called to do, investing in businesses, growing multi-million-dollar businesses. You have to get the basics if you want to get there. Ask anyone what it's like to try to get to $1 million status or multi-million-dollar status and lose it because you don't have the financial management and discipline to handle it, right? I believe everybody's called to greater in their finances, in their life, in their lifestyle. And so this is the basic stuff. This is the basic stuff. If you can get this, you can build on this. All right. So go back, listen to the last couple of, whether you're watching the videos or the podcast episodes, listen to the ones we just went over this month in March. And I will see you guys next week for our debt and credit week. It's going to be Monday through Friday. I'm going in. So y'all better meet me back here at yourprettypennies.com, Your Pretty Pennies podcast, whatever you're tuning in from, the Instagram, the Facebook Live, whichever one you decide to come through, the YouTube channel. Meet me back here next week because we're going in. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.